Guys, we're back with grammar. And now, guys, it takes turn to talk about contractions. What does it say in the mini whiteboard? It says you use contractions in a sentence to shorten the phrase. You combine two words and use an apostrophe. I sent you a chart to the platform that you have to paste in your notebooks, guys. It is very useful because there it shows the way you have or you can use a contraction. It is very simple to understand. You combine two words, you shorten them, and you always use an apostrophe, guys. Very easy. Also to understand, and a contraction is when you, I'm going to write an example in the blackboard, okay? You have your chart right now that you have to paste in your notebook, and I sent you an exercise. You also have an exercise in the destinations book that you have to answer. I'm going to read it for you, okay? And I'm going to read a very important phrase for you to understand how to use contractions and negatives. How am I going to understand what is a negative in a contraction? Or whether I use a contraction or a negative. It is as simple as this. Contractions and negatives. A contraction is a word made by putting two words together, and they go in a phrase or in a sentence. In a contraction, one or more letters are left out. An apostrophe is used in place of the missing letter or letters. Some contractions are formed by joining a pronoun and a verb. For example, it's, it is, it's. Okay, so I was going to tell you an exercise. For example, I'm going to show you some examples that I wrote down here in my notebook, okay? So we have the pronoun they and the auxiliary will. To have a contraction, you put they. What does it say? They'll. You see? They'll. You are replacing the W and the I. Do you see? You always use an apostrophe. It is, it's with apostrophe. I am, I'm. We are, we're. Did not, didn't. So when it's talking about negatives, what do I have to do? You only have to add the negative not. Example, they will, they'll not. It is, it's not, or it isn't. I am not, I am not. We're not, did not, or didn't. Aquí sería, here it will be didn't. To say did not, it will be didn't. So, you have a chart, guys, that you have to paste in your notebook. It's as simple as that. So we're going to go all the way to page, from your destinations book, we're going to go to page 197, and we're going to read the instructions. You have to answer 5 simple sentences in the bottom, but it's very important for you to understand and to focus in the chart, and you will know and you will learn how to use the contractions, okay? So it says, what is a contraction, guys? It's a shortened form of two words An apostrophe takes the place of one or more letters, and some contractions are formed from a pronoun and a verb. Example, she is equals she's with apostrophe. Don't forget the apostrophes are always needed in contractions. Always. If not, it's not a contraction. Got it? Perfect. Other contractions combine a verb and the word not. For example, would not, wouldn't, could not, couldn't, should not, shouldn't. You understand? Perfect. So here we have a chart in that page. Remember, we are on page 197. Page 197. Page 197. So it says, all the examples of how am I going to use contractions with pronouns and verbs and contractions with verbs and not. I am, I'm, she will, she'll, like I told you. Is not, isn't, are not, aren't, was not, wasn't, were not, weren't, has not, hasn't, have not, haven't, did not, didn't, does not, doesn't, will not, won't, would not, wouldn't, could not, couldn't, should not, shouldn't, and cannot, can't. Guys, you are going to be successful when you practice contractions and you write them down many times. Practice them by repeating them. Practice them by making sentences. Example, let's make a sentence with the contraction I have. I've been to New York many times. Instead of saying I have, it's I've been to New York. Let's say one with have not. Contraction haven't. I haven't met my best friend's cousin. I haven't met my best friend's cousin. Another example, guys. Another example with another contraction. We can say he will. He'll be here in 10 minutes. He called me. Negative. He won't be here in 10 minutes. He said he can't come. Do you see that I used two contractions there? So I sent you also a worksheet that you have to answer very carefully that it's in negative, and you have to send it to me on Thursday. You have to answer page 197, guys. As far as we have read contractions with pronouns and verbs, it is very easy. Remember, is to make the sentences shorten. We use apostrophe to divide the word, and it's like you cut the word and you make it shorter. You understand? It's to shorten the words, to make them, they are always two. They will be always two. Okay? So answer please page 197 and show me the evidence that you solved it by yourself or maybe by the help of your parents. This is a very easy. I think it's very easy. Right now, this is the only exercise that you have to do with contractions, guys. Any doubts, please let me know. You know where to find me. Your mom and dad have my WhatsApp, or you can send me an email, or you can call me in the platform or whatever. But I think this is very easy to understood. I want you to please copy the chart in your notebook one more time. Copy the chart in your notebook. I sent you one chart about how to use contractions. Paste it or copy it in your notebook. Have it as an example for you to guide yourself. After that, you are going to paste or copy the exercise that you have to hand in on Thursday. After that, you have to answer page 197. Remember, guys, You will be successful if you practice. If you don't practice, you won't memorize and you won't learn. Any doubts, please let me know. Guys, please stay blessed always. Bye.